Thank you for being here. Episode 33, Hybrid Working versus Office and Remote Working, and why it matters more than people admit. Let's just say it plainly. Hybrid working is supposed to be the best of both worlds. But for a lot of people, it feels like the most exhausting parts of both. Office days can feel like performance. Remote work can feel like proving you're still working. And in the middle is this constant question, where do I actually belong? This is Pivot Era Podcast. And today we're talking about the how and why around the way you work matters more than people admit. Here's the thing, and honestly, from where I stand, I'm Gen X, so lived many years office only. And the experience I gained from the office-only culture is priceless. Not because it was perfect, far from perfect. Not because I miss fluorescent lights or awkward small talk. Not always awkward, but you get my gist. But because the office taught me the human parts of work that don't fit neatly in a job description. I learned things like timing, tone, how to read a room. I learned what it looks like when someone's stressed, even when they say, I'm fine. I learned how mentorship happens in real life, not in a scheduled one-to-one meeting, but in a quick, hey, can I show you something? Out of nowhere moment. And I learned community, not the buzzword version, the real one. The kind where people notice if you're off, the kind where you overhear a conversation and it changes how you understand the whole project. The kind where you build trust slowly through tiny repetitions. That's why when I hear people dismiss office work as outdated, I can't fully agree. Because there's value there that many of us didn't realize we were absorbing until it was gone. But I also want to be equally clear. Remote work is not less real. Remote has done something important for modern life. It has given people time back. It has widened access. It has reduced the daily strain for people who are silently burning out from commuting, masking, or constant social performance. And it's forced workplaces to get better at clarity. When you can't rely on just popping over, you learn to document, explain, and communicate more intentionally. It helps us all communicate better, in all its forms. That's not a downgrade. That's evolution. So for me, this isn't a fight. It's a both and kind of thing in conversation. It's easy to say this, but it's true. Office and remote are best for different reasons. And the reason it matters is because it's not only shaping work culture, it's shaping society. Let's slow down and name what each mode gives us. Office culture builds friction connection. Little moments you can't schedule. A 5-minute debrief after a meeting. A laugh you needed. A question you didn't know you were allowed to ask. It's also where early career people often learn the unspoken curriculum, like how decisions really get made, how to advocate without burning bridges, how to collaborate when personalities are a lot. It's not fair that you sometimes have to learn those things by proximity, but it's real. Good or bad, you can't deny that. And as Gen X, I'm able to share with conviction. Those lessons properly compound over time. And remote work, on the other hand, builds intentional connection. You have to choose it. You have to message the person, schedule the call, make the ask. And that can be hard, especially with imposter syndrome floating around. But it also teaches something powerful, how to self-manage, how to protect your focus, how to be a person while you're building a career or pivoting. Remote work can support deep, creative work and life transitions in a way the office sometimes can't. And it can help people show up as their full selves, without spending all their energy just being on. So where does hybrid fit? Hybrid can be the bridge if it has meaning. The problem isn't hybrid itself. The problem is hybrid with vague rules and silent rewards, such as come in when you want, but promotions go to the people who are always seen, or flexible culture, but you're punished for not replying instantly. That kind of hybrid makes people anxious because the expectations live in the shadows. So here's a gentle takeaway you can actually use. If you're in a hybrid world, try giving each mode a purpose. Office days, make them for connection, mentorship, collaboration, culture building. Remote days, use for deep work, recovery, focus, life logistics. Not rigid, just intentional, and maybe ask yourself a question. Where do I grow best right now? Because what I really believe is that modern culture needs both. We need workplaces that create real community, and we need work models that make room for real life. And beyond work, we need patterns that rebuild connection in society too. When we have time back, we can invest locally. When we have places to gather, we create belonging. Work isn't the only community we deserve, but it is one of the biggest ones many adults have. So yes, this conversation matters, not because one mode wins, but because the way we work is shaping the way we live together. That's important to me and why I wanted to share this out loud. If you work in an office or work remotely, what you do helps to build community for us all. And if you're still figuring out your ideal rhythm, that's okay. You're not failing if you need people, and you're not weak if you need quiet. And you're allowed to design a work life that supports the rest of your life too. We all deserve that. That's all for now. See you next time. This is an AI voice-powered podcast shared by humans who simply want to connect across generations and normalize the art of starting again. New episodes drop every Wednesday and Sunday. Share it with someone who's navigating their own pivot or who needs to hear that beginnings aren't failures. They're growth.